Okay, so I don't disagree. I think one of the unintended consequences of that is that oftentimes the people that we want to become leaders don't, because they're like, well, dude, I'm flying. I'm a tactical expert and I'm the best. I'm one of the best of my thing. I'm staying this. And on the other side of that is some of the people that become leaders are the people that we don't want. Because if you're looking for power and you're looking like it kind of, I'm always,
What's the difference between that and the way it is now? Sorry.
which is valid, right? So if you, I don't think that everybody that becomes an officer wants to like, all right, I want to lead these folks. That's because I just don't think that there are that many anyway. There for sure are. I just don't think there are that many that are like, I want to lead people. Now, I do think at some point you, as you're going through, specifically with officers, I think there becomes a point, may probably when you're a captain, a senior captain or a major, where you start seeing people that are in squadron commanders, and you're like, man, this isn't great, or man, this is great, and somebody inspires you to be
Yeah.
like, I want to be like that person. I want to command a squadron, and I want to be like that person. Whereas others are like, dude, I know what that was like, and I want no part of that, and there's no way I'd treat people that way. So I want to be a squadron commander so that I can try and influence change, the good kind of change. So there's righteous stuff in that. And I think that there are people like that. I always get wary though when we get some of the new DMs from people and they're like, I just want to lead people in combat. I'm like, there's so much more to it than leading people in combat. It's man, I don't think you know, and that's fine because usually they're young, you know, they're at the academy or they're ROTC or maybe they're just high schoolers that are going to college and that's what they want to do. And I'm stoked that you want to serve your country, but I think you've got to find a different reason of like, I want to lead people. And to think that there's enlisted folks that aren't out there leading people. I mean, Air Force
No.
Special Warfare is predominantly enlisted. Those are the tacticians, not your officers. That's not to say that there aren't fantastic tactical experts in the officer career fields within Air Force Special Warfare, because there absolutely are. Ones that were not prior E's too.
Yeah.
So, you know, but you can't think that enlisted aren't leading people. Like that's an insane thought.
You're always going to have crossover, right? Like you're always going to have your like in my construct, like your E7s and your warrant officer threes and your majors and lieutenant colonel. You know, like there's always like people are leading people, and the cynic in me though wants to be like, you know what I see a lot of the time is people will make like financial decisions and then end up being great officers. You know, like or maybe they don't have to be separate, right? Like if I want to retire at 25 years with more money, like which is
Yeah.
not that's not a bad thing. It's like, well, I could stay a warrant officer, or because like I have a wife and kids or whatever, I would like to invest more money. I'm going to go the officer route and just ride out the last 10, 15 years and do it that way and end up with more money in my pocket. Like there's nothing wrong with that. And but like you're going to see good leaders and bad leaders. It's the same on the enlisted. It would be the same with warrant officers. It's all the same. Like people are people, and like I don't care why you make the decision. I care what you do with the decision.
Yeah, that's valid. Now, I taking away the intent. Well, not taking away the intent, but the initial intent, anyway, of I want to lead people. Yeah, I
Well, it
guess
just
it's
sounds
what you.
cringy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does sound cringy. The, I mean, the gap between enlisted and officers has never been closer. It really
Hmm.
hasn't. That's not to say that a brand new A1C is operating at the level of a major. That's not what I'm saying. But the how often now are people coming in with college degrees with the same education level as a lieutenant that's coming out of the academy or coming out of ROTC? Like a lot of these folks have already got degrees. Or if they're not and they're joining because their supervisors are pushing them to get education and constant self improvement, within the first 4 years, they've got a degree. Their first 4 years in the Air Force, they've got a degree, a full up bachelor's degree. So, you know, if that was the differ, differentiating. Also, the other difference is officers usually can articulate their words and not stumble over their words like I am. So
Some.
some. So, geez, can't talk today.
It's early where you're at, and it's raining. It's been
It,
rough. It's
it
spring
is.
break.